Welcome to the final part. Part 6 of this little mini series of rubbish. Yeah. Alright. Well, look. Basically, I've been rattling my brains on how to do it, and I'm hoping that this ISO will work out fine. Not that my other ISOs that I've made have failed. It's just, well, I shall show you. I shall show you what I mean. First of all, though, this is the ISO that I've made. Got it here in videos. It's called 21.1.2 because this is the second one. I was up till stupid o'clock this morning making ISOs and trying to basically sort out as to why it doesn't seem to put up my backgrounds of choice when you first load up the ISO and after you've installed it. So I'm hoping that I've now got it sorted on out and it'll do what it's meant to do. I bloody hope so anyway. I've gone through all the files, all the XML files and that's in the .config of XFCE. I've gone through all of them. I've altered a few things. It's all up to date, this ISO. It's up to date with everything. It's got the 418 panels on there. A lot of people say you shouldn't really do this, but what I don't understand, answer me this, right? Why is it that Arch has got the cutting edge tech like the 418.2 panels like I've got here? Right, I've got the 418.2 panels, right, installed via this PPA that I've kept on here. Hang on. Linux notes, scroll all the way down. Where are we? There. I know it says 416 on there, but it's from this PPA, right? Yeah, do it at your own risk. Like with anything in life, do it at your own risk. I mean, I've taken a risk with this by deleting completely Thunar and having Nemo as default. So that's a risk. Peppermint, in the early days, that was a risk. As well, with what Mark Greaves was doing, was actually having God knows how many desktop environments in one. He had a bit of cinnamon in there. He had LXDE in there, or Lubuntu, if you like, how Lubuntu used to be. Plus XFCE on top of that. An XFCE environment with Nemo as default. I mean, that is straight from Ubuntu, from the Ubuntu devs. And it's like putting in wine staging, if you like. You're taking a risk with that because you're using the up-to-date version of Wine, which hadn't even been released. That's what staging means. This Ubuntu dev staging is where it hasn't been released on Ubuntu as of yet. That's all that means. You can get it in Arch. If it runs all right on Arch, it's going to run all right in an Ubuntu-based system, surely. And proof is in the pudding. I've been using this for ages now, upgrading to the 418. So, you know, it's up to you. I mean, it's up to you if you want to do it. By all means, go ahead. Like with anything in life, take a risk. God's sake. But hey ho, it's up to you. If you want to use it, use it. I prefer it because it gets away. See, I don't understand developers. I don't understand their mindset that they've got to run like the 4.16.4, which for Linux-Lite had nothing but icons mucking up on the panel. And for ages, Linux Mint had problems with it goes way, way, way on back, all the way through the 4.16 and some of the 4.14 panel. With Thunar, when you deleted it off of your panel in Linux Mint, it would delete everything else. But they fixed that now. Yes, the 4.16.4 fixes that, but for other environments like Linux-Lite, they still have problems. So upgrade, for God's sake. Just upgrade to 4.18 and you'll be fine. I've had, and touch wood and whistle. That's what I did then. That's what that knock was. I don't know if you heard the knock. Touch wood and whistle. I've had no problems with this PPA at all. I've had no problems. There's been no bugs or anything like that. So, you know, use at your own risk, though. Yeah, it says that on before you install it. Use at your own risk. It's not completely trusted, but it gets the job done. It fixes your bloody panels. Right, we're going to go to videos. We got that there. That's yeah, this is the 0.2 that I made earlier on. It comes in at 3 gig, bit more than default Linux Mint, but that's because I've added an awful lot of stuff. I've got a screensaver, and I'll show you my screensaver. Here we go. I'll lock the screen. There we go. It's what I had in Arch. I wanted it in here, so I thought, yeah, I'll have that, and I'll put my own background in there. And it just works. Just works straight on out the bag. I'll just do that. And we're back in. And we're still recording? Yeah. We are still recording. La, 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 la. Right. You know, so sort of things. And if you're going to use that, and especially here in XFCE or on any operating system, if you're going to use that logout thing or better lock screen, and then by all means go into, after you've installed better lock screen, go into user local bin, open this up with a text editor. Of course, you have to be in as root. Scroll all the way on down, and it's quite a way down. It's after these 2 lines, and shut off the default timeout, because after about 5 minutes your screen blanks. I hate that. There's no need for that. It took me ages to find, but yeah, if you switch these off, your screen won't blank and your lock screen will just stay on screen. Now, unless someone knows your bloody password, right? Unless someone knows your password, then yeah, don't bloody use it. Don't give your password away to other people. Don't be daft. You know, it's the whole idea of Linux. Everything's password based, which is so much safer than your proprietary systems. All right. As if you use a password. A lot of people don't use a password to even log in with. They just go straight to their desktop. Me, I always have a password. You've got to have a password, especially this day and age with people trying to break into other people's systems. And oh, God, nightmare. Anyway, what we're going to do, yeah, wow, this video is going to be a long one now, isn't it? Because I've been chatting too long. What we're going to do is this. We are going to pop in my USB stick, goes on in. At the moment, it's got 21.1.0, which was the one that I done last night. I've been testing and testing and testing different stuff. Even if this still doesn't work, it's still good enough to install, because all you got to do after you've installed is just put your bloody background on, and away you go. Nemo is fully installed. Thunar is out of it. I've taken away all of Linux Mint's themes. It's just left with this now. Let me show you before we burn that to disk, or to stick rather. If I come into icons, GHI, there we are. Come into icons. These are all the icons that I've got. Originally, it was absolutely jam-packed with all the icons that Linux Mint provides, and I hate them. I hate their theming as well, because they got the stupid undershoot lines. Look, I haven't got any undershoot lines, yet my theme is working out fine. I haven't bothered with any undershoot lines. I don't know why everyone's so worried about undershoot lines. I've installed this onto my laptop. I've installed this on my other computer as well. Working fine. And that's DDR3. DDR3, really old blimmin' tech. And it just works. You know, I don't know why they had to bulk 21.1 out, you know, Linux Mint 21.1 Vera right on out with LibreOffice. That should be a choice. It should be a choice for the user, not there straight away, because 10 minutes, 44 seconds or whatever it was, I think it was that, on the original video, part 1, 10 bloody minutes. That's just ridiculous to install. That was just crazy. When I took out all these themes and took out LibreOffice and made this my own by putting my own, I reinstalled Papyrus. I put in my Sardi Ghost. I got rid of the Breeze cursors and the Linux Mint cursors. I hate Breeze cursors. They look weird. They're 3D. They're stupid wheel that goes around and around. The Bibato ones, they're crap as well, aren't they? With this stupid wheel that goes around and around, multicoloured wheel. Why? Why do you need that? A cursor is a cursor. All it's meant to do is point and bloody click. That's all it's meant to do. Yeah, why do you need all this fancy bloody stuff? You don't need it. Had enough of it in KDE. At least you can switch it off in KDE, so it isn't bouncing and all this other crap that you don't need. All it does is slow your bloody experience down, all these things. That's all it does. I mean, yeah, DMZ does spin, but not to the point where it's showing multicolours of the bloody rainbow. God, does my head in. You don't need all this fancy, wancy stuff. And that's why I like XFCE, because it isn't fancy. There's nothing fancy to it. There's not all these stupid effects on screen. You can't tell me that KDE, if you activate all of the effects, you can't tell me that KDE runs any better. Yeah, it's the most customizable blimmin' operating system in Linux OS ever. It's more customizable than XFCE. But at least with XFCE, it just says, yes, I can do that. I can do that. I can do that. I can do that. I can do that a simpler way for you. As in, I don't, what it says is that I don't need all of these effects in order for you to have a good experience. That's what I'm on about. Anyway, Oh, where was I? Yeah, so in my themes, here's my theme. Just coming up now. I mean, I know you saw this in part 2 or whatever, if you did watch that particular video. Here's my Slim's Grey Dark. Thank you, Mark Greaves, for that. That's what I'm using now. That's as default. All these other things, default HDPI, that's for your window borders. This Slim's Grey Dark will also work inside Cinnamon as well, which is another video that I want to do. Is Cinnamon. See if I can do the same in there and make up a lighter flipping operating system, because even in there you've got LibreOffice as well. 10 minutes 44 to install something. It's ridiculous. I'm used to Zip. Back in the day with Peppermint, the original Peppermint just went whoosh, whoosh, no matter what you were installing on, because it had 3 environments on it. Like I say, it had XFCE plus Lubuntu or LXDE, or how Lubuntu used to be, plus Cinnamon. It was a mixture of the 3, but it zoomed. It just zoomed straight on through. No messing. I don't know what Mark Greaves would make of Linux these days. I really don't. I wonder what he's thinking about up there. I do wonder sometimes, because the amount of crap that they're putting onto people now with all these snap images and that. I mean, he didn't like snaps either. He said, it's not the fact that I don't like snaps. It's about the way that they're going about it. And it's true, isn't it? Very, very true. I mean, snap packages would be all right if they weren't pushed everywhere. Everywhere you go in an Ubuntu-based system, apart from Linux Mint and maybe Linux-Lite as well. I'm not sure if they support snaps out of the box. I don't know. I'll have to have a look at. I'll have to have a look on my VirtualBox machine, and I upgraded that to the 418 in VirtualBox, and it was running all right in VirtualBox. So I'll probably make a ISO out of that. All we got here in Linux Mint, of course, is Flatpaks, which I don't mind, which are so much better than snaps. So, you know. Anyway, yeah, so what else did I do? Well, I've got my screen lock. I've got a different way of logging out on here, which is why I've got this other thing. I've got panel profiles in on here. I think it's still on here, isn't it? I think they are. I've been in it for so long. Oh no, just got panel on here. Oh, right. Fair enough. Well, I think on the new ISO I did install them. But never mind. Doesn't matter. It don't matter. So, let's get on, for God's sake, before I fall asleep, and before you lot fall asleep. My voice is so bloody boring. God. Let's, let's get the thingy up. Recently used. There we go. USB stick formatter. That's another thing I love about Linux Mint, is the fact that they got their own Mint stick. And it's, for every release, it's always updating. I hope they update it again soon, so that you can burn a Windows ISO. Maybe they've already done that. I haven't really done much reading up on that. They may have done. You'd have to have like a 30. I've got a This is a 32 gig SanDisk. I've had no problems with them. A lot of people do gripe about them breaking and what have you. What you do? Drop them? Tread on them? What do you do to break them? You snap them? You push them in so hard at the end snap or something? What do you do? People so heavy-handed, aren't they, these days? Don't know why. Gotta go careful with your tech. Right. Image writer. Videos. There it is. 3 gig going on now. So I'll just write that to there. Pop my password in. Oh, do I have to keep putting my password? Yes. It's a security feature, for God's sake. This is one thing that people gripe about Linux is having to keep putting their password in all the time. Well, I'm sorry, but unless you want every Tom, Dick and Harry coming on into your system, then yeah, by all means. This is what I mean, and what I love about Linux is the fact that it is more secure. Apart from now, where it's getting more popular with the likes of Proton that Steam made for gaming and what have you. I hope it doesn't get to the point where Linux is so popular that we end up like Windows being attacked all the time, including home users as well. We've had some vulnerabilities throughout the years. Right. So then, I am going to reboot now. All right. And then we'll get this installed. So I shall see you on my live ISO in a bit. Give me a chance, though, to install OBS on there and FFmpeg as well. And get the background going. I've got a feeling it's not going to work. Right, see you in a bit. And welcome back. Now, hopefully this won't crash this time. Better not do. Let's just go into here and go back into there. Oh, God. Damn it. No, it crashed on me when I was recording. This originally wasn't here. This background, I've just added it to all of them. But when I did try to do that whilst recording, it just logged itself out. Although I find Linux Mint to do that. Linux Mint does log out after you've installed it, the XFCE version. I've noticed that for many a year now, that it automatically logs itself out and then you have to log back in again. Not so much on the ISO though, but after you've installed it. And then after you've got your NVIDIA drivers in or you set it up to your AMD, then everything's fine. Weird. Anyway, yeah, so I've set the screen up to 2048 by 1152. I do like this. Gonna get a bit of screen tearing, I'm afraid, but hey ho. Now I can't use this. You watch. Double click that. Inability to do it. Okay, well I'll just come down into here, come into System, install Linux Mint. Take a while to open, but it does get there. There we go. We go English and so forth. But for now, because I've got to set. Oh, yeah, whatever. I've got to set up with gparted before we do anything else. So that's the .me. I don't know what I'll be on. Will I be on that one? Yeah, it's this one. Okay, we can delete that. Go boink and apply. That's fine. That should be all right as well. FAT32. Don't have to do anything with that. Right, now let's go back into the installer. It should be all right. Hopefully it won't crash. Shouldn't do. There we go. Right, we'll go continue. In the UK, continue again. Shouldn't take that long. We'll go for a minimal installation, doesn't matter which. It will get there. Remember, I am recording, although it done this last night when I tried the ISO out. It will get there. Alongside Windows, no. I'll go something else. I'll go boink. Now, a lot of people say it's up to you. I mean, me, I just have it all on one. I think to myself, God's sake, you know. That's my Samsung one I want. I want it on that one, which is SDB. SDA, SDB is what I want. Yeah. Yeah, fine. There's the free space. So we'll add. I don't go for extension 4. I go for BetterFS. If I can find it. There it is. Right. And we go mount point, we go there, and we go like that. Right, now if you can, well, I'm going to anyway, I'm going to time it. Just by looking at the clock up there. We'll go from 1301, all right? We'll click the install now from 1301. There we go, and we'll go continue. Yep. Going to use my real name. Going to call it Vera, which it is. Pop my password in. And we continue. This is all my theme here. This is live, as you can see. I'm recording up here. Just in case you've just tuned in. This is my last ISO that I'm making out of Linux Mint. The next one's going to be Linux-Lite and also a bit of Ubuntu as well. But I might send it on out to the wild for you all to install. Don't know yet. Yeah, Linux-Lite is going to be my next one to do, I think. So what I would like to do is to get rid of their splash screen altogether. I'll put a better lock screen on it. And I'll upgrade it to the 418 like I have with this. Do I put my own theme on? If I'm going to put it out to the wild, I'll put a different theme on. I won't put my own on there. Once we say 2 minutes in at the moment. But that was so much quicker. So much quicker than what it was in the VirtualBox when I was installing it from the default. Creating user. Detecting hardware already. It might go back just a little bit. But that's only because there's some stuff for it to delete. Doesn't matter which way you install this, you either have it normal installation or thingy, it still does the same files. Because I've no longer got that bloody LibreOffice on here. Like I say, that should be left to choice, whether you want that or not. Shouldn't be on there out of the bag. But then Linux Mint have got to cater to everyone. And even if they didn't put LibreOffice on there, people will still gripe. So they can't win, really. No matter what they do. Swings and roundabouts, isn't it? There we are. Shim signed already. There. What was that? 3 minutes? 3.5 minutes? Something like that. In there. It is installed. So much quicker than the other. Than the original. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to say tatty bye on this bit, and I'll see you back on my main desktop, alright? See you in a bit. And welcome back. I've just installed NVIDIA drivers. I've just got to set them on up. I've adjusted my screen to 2048 by 1152, which is still HD, so you still get the best of both worlds. Oh, yes. So what we need to do, I need to set up my NVIDIA settings. I've just switched the sync to V blank and allow flipping. I've just unticked them because otherwise whilst recording, you'll just end up with loads of screen tearing. Hopefully we don't too much at the moment until I've done this, which is go advanced. Underneath X server display configuration, we'll go advanced and we'll just tick this. Just tick this box like so. Apply. Now there is a problem with the... Yep, we go OK. And now there should be no screen tearing whatsoever. Should be fine and tickety-boo. Now there is a problem with it, and that is saving your X configuration file. And what I usually do, because... the settings are not there straight away, I'll come down to here and I just save a current configuration and it'll save it into .nvidia settings RC in your home folder in hidden files. So let's just bring this down a bit and we just click save. I could have just pushed enter, but hey ho. Oh, excuse me. So, yeah, there's a weird problem with this. So you go to save your this in etc x11 xorg.conf file. You go to save it. You pop your password in because we're not in Arch where you have to open it up as root, which is weird. They've always had that in Arch. I don't know why. Completely different way of thinking in Arch, I guess. But here in Ubuntu, you can just open it up and it asks for your password when you go to save. Okay, that's fair enough. So we authenticate that. Unable to open Xconfig file. Okay. Bit weird, isn't it? It's a little bit weird. So what we have to do, of course, we'll go back into there. We're going to show preview. We'll bring this window up a bit, way up like that. We'll come all the way down to the bottom. And we'll go all the way up to the top of that. right click it, we'll copy it, we'll open up a text editor file, and we'll just paste that in like that. Now what I do like to do here, because it didn't save my, it just didn't, I like to say it. Also got my own fonts in on here as well. 19, we'll select that, and that should be all right now. Yay. Bring it up a bit, just so that I can read it basically. So composition pipeline is on. So all we got to do now is just save this away. So we call this xorg.conf. All right. Stick it in your documents for now. Just stick it in there as it is. It's a text file. Cancel that. Quit on out of here because it doesn't matter. We'll go into documents. We'll cut that out of there. We'll go into file system. This is how I like to do things. Not use as share, you idiot. Goes into etc. or etc. However you want to pronounce it. Come into X11, which is down here. Open up as root. Pop your password in. And in it a go. In there. Right click it. Go to properties. And set it up as root. Root there. And root there. There you go. You don't have to activate it as a program because all that Linux is doing is every time you reboot, the NVIDIA drivers will then read that file for your, it's all of your settings that you just set up. So the pipeline gets rid of any screen tearing. Just because I've got a monitor that's got FreeSync on it doesn't mean that my videos and that haven't got any scratchiness on it. You know, so I always set that up in case of on any other monitor or on any other screen, it might my videos might have tearing on. I don't want that. Brilliant. Okay, so we can come off of there now. It didn't remember my homepage, even though I added it to it. It didn't remember it, the settings that I've got. But it has now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set this up. We can come search DuckDuckGo. I'm going to zoom this in a bit because I can't see for the life of me. I need to get my eyes tested, I really do. It's been 3 years now since I had my eyes tested. I do wear glasses for driving and for watching TV. But because I'm only like a few feet away from this monitor, I don't need glasses. Usually. I'm only a few, 3-4 feet away from the monitor. Usually I don't need glasses, but I hate getting old, don't you? I hate it when you can't do things that you used to be able to do anymore, you know? But it happens to all of us. I'm also going to sync this up, but first I have to get my emails and that going, which I will do a little bit later. First of all, let's get this set up. Is that Pocket on there? Yeah. I hate Pocket. Now I'm going to go to home and come in here. This is my home page. I've got it saved inside user lib. So it opens Firefox without having to go off onto the web. Do you get what I mean? So it just opens up a bit quicker. It's my own HTML file. And background that I made for it as well. And I made it round in grey and it illuminates. Yeah, that's the word. Right, so we go on down to more tools and customize. There is a theme that I really do like. Just come up. Whoop. Oh. Toolbars. I hate toolbars. There's no need for them. Get rid of that pocket. I had nothing but problems with them in the past. Everything being saved to pocket. Didn't like it. It's all right for mobiles maybe, but no, not in Linux. I don't use Google in Linux. Well, the only time I do use Google in Linux is for YouTube, which is there. And I've got to sign into all these. I've got it's FOSS community there. I've got to sign into that. All of this is inside here on the ISO. This isn't something that I've just added. This is actually on the ISO. So it saves me having to muck around and getting it to how I like it, if you like. What else do I do here? Well, I do go into themes. There's a lovely theme that I love. I think I showed you in one of the videos. Let's zoom in again. It's called Dark Space Dynamic. Get ready for the brightness because this is just too bloody bright. Ow! I'll get this in as soon as, so you're not blinded too long. Why do they do that? Ow! Kills my eyes. Having a look at that. Get out of it. Right, that's better. Right, that's now installed. Brilliant. Yay, I really do like the twinkly stars in the background there. You might be thinking, well, that takes a lot of process. It doesn't actually. Hardly anything at all. So now we'll say done to that. I think that's done now. Yeah. I'm old school, see? I don't have all these added bloody stuff. When I do sync my account on up eventually, I will be I will have a few add-ons just to get rid of the adverts on YouTube and adverts anywhere else like ITV and Channel 5. Channel 4, oh buggers, they've reprogrammed their security so it recognises if you've got an ad blocker on or not. Why do they have to have adverts in box sets? You see, if they said no to that, I mean, surely they make enough money out of just normal TV, let alone online. God, why don't they get rid of the adverts on the box sets that you want to watch on the My 4 and My 5 or even ITVX? There's ITVX just here. I mean, for goodness sake. Anyway, end of my gripe. What's it I want to do now? I want to install VirtualBox. And I'll show you a neat little trick. Oh, yeah. Show you a neat little trick on it. VirtualBox is here. We'll open with GDeb. Might take a little while. There we go. We'll install Install the package. This is the latest one. I've saved the deb files, so saved them away. I do like my VirtualBox. I do like VirtualBoxing. You know, a lot of people prefer Kimu or Boxies, Gnome Boxies. Me, I like VirtualBox. Use what you feel comfortable with. I feel comfortable with VirtualBox. It's all right. Gets the job done. I'm not going to be installing or making any more Linux Mint ISOs. I am fine with this. The reason why it was logging out so much, I've come to realise, because it logged out 3 times on the 4 times on the ISO. I realise as to why. It was reading the wrong resolution. The right resolution is, of course, 1440p. But because I scale it down, well, up, I should say, so that I can read everything, I scale it up a little bit to 2048 to 1152. And that is what is written in all the settings that I gave that ISO. But it wasn't coming in at that. You have to adjust it in your display settings. Yeah, that's now installed. I've got the VM Oracle extension, which you'll need. Oh, while I'm here, it doesn't do this by default either. We'll go preview. We'll go 32 gig on there. Toolbar, we'll have all of these in. New folder, computer, show thumbnails, open in terminal, home and refresh. We'll have context menus as well. You've got duplicate, you've got make link, you've got copy to and move to. And the plugins we got, of course, is Nemo File Roller. It's fine. Everything else is fine on there. What you can do, you see, is that you can refresh this. That goes green. Right click it, open with Oracle after you've got it installed. Now, we can install here and just scroll down and say I agree and pop your password in. Can't enumerate USB devices. Well, that's easy. That is very easy to do. We'll get to that in a minute. But at the moment, look at these fonts. They're horrible. Well, what you can do is come on into recently used. I have. It might be on here. It might not. It's not. Come into settings. Where are we? Have I gone by it? PQ. Cute 5 settings. Come on into here. Right. We'll go fonts. It's set at Ubuntu 10 at the moment. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to go up on this one. We need to go to R. Roboto Black is what I have. It's set as regular. It's still set at Ubuntu at the moment, hence why this is so small. So I then come on down and I set it up to 16. Push OK. We apply it. And that brings this up as well. And you can bring this window right on up. And now I can bloody read that without having to have the Convantum thing on in. This is brilliant. Just works straight on out the bag on this, which I never knew before, and it does. And because it's only reading the one theme, which is mine, which is at default, it does exactly what it says on the tin. So much better. Nice dark theme here. Excellent. So now I've got a nice, I can read all of that and everything's tickety-boo. What I usually do, I go into File, I go into Preferences. I don't have it on my in my home folder when I'm making a VirtualBox system. I have it on a completely separate drive. It's so much easier to do. So all I've got to do is just come on into here. Here's my VirtualBox drive. So I hit that. These are all the ones that I've installed. Here's Linux-Lite. I'm going to be showing you that in a minute, but I'm going to have to reboot first because I want to be able to use my USB drive. So I'm going to have to reboot after I've done the properties. You can just log out, but I'd rather do a reboot altogether. Let's just get this sorted on out. So we're going to go Other on there. Going to go to Computer. Go Media. My name. And there we are, VirtualBox. Let me just open up that. We okay there? Brilliant. It was griping at the beginning that it can't read USBs. Well, it will in a minute. What I will do is show you what to do. Now, these aren't set up properly either. Let's go to Appearance here. Yeah, I have these at 15 now. Just makes it so much better, I think. Don't have these set up. Just leave them as they are. Leave that at 96, that's fine. Don't want it any bigger than that. Ah, look at that. That's so much better. And look, I don't get no gripes. I don't get any gripes at all when I right click on here. Everything's still tickety-boo. So these, you know, with Linux Mint and many other operating systems or distributions or distros, whatever you want to call them, with the undershoot lines on, Linux Mint does it. There's no need to anymore. You know, proof is in the pudding with my theme here. I haven't got undershoot lines whatsoever. It lists everything up fine. Anyway, I was going to show you on what to do. We go to System. We come all the way down to where it says Users and Groups. Click in there. We're going to go Manage Groups. Left click there. Come all the way down to VBox. VBox Users it's called. There we are. We tick there. We hit the properties. Click My Name. We push OK. Pop our password in because it's adding you to the VBox users and you'll be able to use USB. You'll be able to add a USB to it. The only problem I find with VirtualBox is that the bidirectional is only one way from your actual system over to the VirtualBox. The other way, it doesn't work. Oops, authenticate. You are not allowed to modify the system configuration. What? What do you mean, not allowed? It put that in because it ran out of time. Because I was chatting. That was all that was. I'm there now. So there. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to reboot and come on back in. Okay? I shall see you in a bit. And we're back. Yes, indeed do. Hopefully it's recording on the right drive. Let me just check. Should be recording in here. Are you recording? Wherever you are? Yes, you are. You're in there. That's all right. Now, I've got a few that are locked on here. Well, I've got one that's locked. It's weird because when you record off an ISO, like I did earlier, before the installation of this, you've got to go in as root to where you're moving it to. Yeah, so I have to go into that as root again later when I edit this video, and then go and bring it so that it's in my name. So it's unrooted, if you like. Anyway, yeah, so back to VirtualBox. Here we go. All right, now we won't have the warning on there since I've now gone into users and groups. And I'm still set up. I'm pretty sure I am. We'll scroll on down to VBox users. We'll go to properties. Yes, I'm there. It griped because I was chatting too long earlier on. And I had put my password in, and it said, "You're not allowed to do it." It had a right go at me. "You're not allowed to do that. You're a very naughty boy," that's what it said. Yes. So we'll close that. What was I going to do? Yeah, open up VirtualBox now. I've got both drives open, haven't I? Yeah, I've got VirtualBox and that. That's all right then. We can come back off of there. Okay. Excellent. So we shall go into VirtualBox, wherever that's gone now. It's gone somewhere. Should be here somewhere. System then. Yeah, there we are. Right, go on in here. There we are. A nice window, and it doesn't gripe anymore that I can't use USBs. Now what I am going to do, I'm going to add Linux-Lite to this. So we'll add, and we'll go on down. I think it's still on here. I don't think I deleted everything. If I did, then I'll reinstall it. I've got the latest ISO, but I think yeah, it's there. And we'll open up that. There it is. Now I installed this quite a while ago, and I updated the panels and everything in here to the 418. Okay, so let's push start. Let's get on in there. I tried taking away their splash screen because it takes forever to boot. Forever. There. I just called it Linux-Lite. I didn't want to call it anything else. I didn't want my name on in there. It don't matter. Oh, yeah, and there was a password thing. And it also believes that I'm in America as well for some reason. It was that, wasn't it? Yeah, and we're there. And I've got... Oh, I have got it. I've got it on here. And this is red for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah. Okay, do not show again. We'll switch to full screen. I made my own feather, which is this one. Just here. I've got better lock screen. I don't think I added a one to it. But for argument's sake, we'll add one to it. We'll add a picture to it. Let's see what they got in. This is Nemo, of course. I installed Nemo. I haven't got rid of Thunar altogether. Arch Linux logout should be working now. Yeah. What have I got on the lock screen then? Oh, I've just got this. And of course it says English US, but it isn't. I am not in the USA. I am in Britain. So I've got to try and move that on out the way. Like I say, I installed this ages ago. And if we go to the panel, about 418.2. Got a nice background there. I don't know if I've done those, did I? No, I haven't. It's just them. I haven't mucked around with the shortcuts or anything like that. Got i3 lock on here. That can go now. Obviously, that can go off of there. That don't need to be there now. It's all installed. Better lock screen. That can disappear now. I don't need that on here. It's all tickety-boo and installed. X apps I was trying to get installed, but they didn't want to know. And nobody's come up with a PPA for them. Even if you download the deb files, they don't want to know. The only one, or did I get, because I like Z. I really do. I like that as text editor. What is it, Z? Yeah, this is Z. Yeah, I got Z in. So what was I having problems with? Z was all right. X Reader, I think I was having problems with. Let's have a look. Scanner, yeah. Image viewer is Shotwell. Weird why they got Shotwell on it. I mean, yeah, it's good. Don't get me wrong, it's good. But I prefer Mint Image Viewer. So I was trying to get X-Reader in and X-Viewer in. X-Viewer didn't want to know either. And it's only usually just these three, but because... And this is the 22.04 version of it too. Now, I think the only way I might be able to do it is if I download the 21.1's version of this. But I think they are the same. I may have to have a look. I'm pretty sure that they're the same ones. Not sure. But yeah, that's what I was doing, and I was mucking around. I love mucking around in Linux. Let's pin that to there. I didn't realise that was Z. I didn't think I could get it in, but obviously it is there. There's saving that, and it is there. I've got all my refresh buttons and that, and I've put my own theme in. I didn't take their themes away, though. At least I don't think I did. User, share... I don't think I had to take any of their themes away, and it ain't bulked or anything. Even though it comes down at 2.4, 2.5 gig, but I think that's down to the fact that they use gzip. Let me have a look in icons. Yeah, see, still got all of theirs. Papyrus is still in here. I installed Papyrus on here. I don't know if they originally had Papyrus. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But it's Papyrus that gives you the arrows. It works with the Sardi and the Numix icons. I don't like Numix. I don't like colourful icons anymore. I've got to this stage where I like to see things in black and white or grey now. I think I've been hanging around with too many older folk. I don't know. I like these colours. It's GTK2. It's the colours that I'm used to. How Linux used to be. Before it got all these multicoloured, horrible icons. Really bright in your face. We got drives here. Now what? Oh, the CD-ROM. Yep, it's fine. So yeah, you know, it's good. I've had no gripe with it. Here in VirtualBox, I've had no gripe with the 418, so I might make up an ISO, I think, of this, and I'll just leave it as is. Folder as backgrounds. I think I got rid of their backgrounds. Maybe. No, they have their wallpapers, don't they? They have them elsewhere, I'm pretty sure. Let's go to other. Yeah, they've got them in there. XFCE. Oh. User share. Let's just go in there. Whereabouts are they keeping them? Do they have them in backdrops? Did I get rid of that drive? I don't think I did, you know. Oh, God. Scrolling down. Scroll down. STUVWX. S. Yeah, they got backdrops. There they are. There. They got loads in here that I could add. So I could add one to. Oh, that's a point as well. Before we go ahead with that, let me just come off full screen a minute. One thing I've got to do, if I do go into lock screen now, it will log out. It'll go blank, which is really stupid. I just want to come down to make sure I did use the light locker settings. Yeah, I did. Okay. That's fine. I don't know why I still kept that on here, but I did. I think I just forgot to uninstall it. What was it? Ah, yeah. So I'm just going to come in here. I'm going to go to File System. Going to go into User, Local, Bin. And we got Better Lock Screen. Just going to right click here and open as root. So I'm going to stop it from blanking off after 5 minutes. It blanks off and it's a pain. So I'm just going to open with text editor, come all the way down. Oh, what I can do, make this bigger. The great thing about this, in Arch, you can't do it. In Arch, they don't seem to want you to do this. I expect there's a setting that you could alter. They don't want you to do it if you're in as root in order to thingy, but you can in here. Monaco 19, that's better. I can read that now. Also going to redo this as well, so it's the same throughout the whole of my system. Nothing wrong with that. 32 gig. That's previews, so preview thumbnails. It hasn't got to work that hard to get up to there because I've got FFmpeg installed as well. I think FFmpeg Thumbnailer is installed too. Toolbar, one of them, 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 one of them. Context menus, yeah. Would I ever want to, I might want to move stuff on over. And everything should be tickety-boo now. Yeah, that's what I was doing. So if we go on in here, we'll just bring this up a bit. I like to do it this way around so that I can control the size of the actual window. And where is it? Yeah, it's underneath these two lines. I think I showed earlier. We'll just mark that like so, and mark that like so, so that if I am in a lock screen and I'm recording, it's not suddenly going to blank off. And it also will transfer the same settings on over to your virtual drive as well. So it won't blank off. So don't go putting these settings in your virtual machine unless, yeah, just don't, because it'll just blank anyway, if you get what I mean. It won't open if you put it in your virtual machine if you've already got it on here. So if you do it on your main system, it will not blank in your virtual machine. Yeah? Okay. We'll just take that off. Yeah, it's good. Right. I don't know when it was that I installed this, but obviously it might need updating. So if we go into terminals, I prefer that. I think I stopped. I think I stopped the update manager from coming on up. They've got it set up with Synaptic, but it's weird. Let's put it that way. Oop. Have I got? Oh, I haven't even. Yeah, let's bring before I update. Let's. So I'm fed up of having to keep putting in sudo. Let me first of all see if I've got in my bash RC here. Open with mousepad. No, text editor. Other application. Text editor. We'll get rid of mousepad. We don't need it now. I've got thingy in. Set as default. There we go. No, I haven't then. I haven't got my thingies in, so I'll do that now. Come on to here. I'll go into Linux Media. Now this is where I keep all my notes, is on here. It's a spare SSD drive. This is also where I record my videos. It's chock-a-block with stuff. It's not all of my notes, you know, on here. I've got other drives with notes on as well. I've got external hard drives with notes and goodness knows what else on. And a lot of them still are true to today. And what I'm on about is terminal alias commands, because I'm fed up. Just fed up of having to keep sudo this, sudo that, when you can just use terminal alias commands. They're called aliases, and this is how you type it out in your bash RC file. So I actually got this off of a video. Who did I get it off of? DistroTube. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Saw the video, thought, yeah, why can't I do that? And so I have. So I can come on down off of here now and should be able to pop them in here. I guess I've got, yeah, it should be, shouldn't it? Come down a couple couple of lines. Just paste that in there. There we go. And then we save that away. Brilliant. So to remove, got sudo apt remove, which equals sudo apt remove. To auto remove, you got A. G is go off, sudo apt install. Update G, which updates the grub 2. Up G, which is upgrade. Up D, which is update. Yeah. And no doubt we have to update. I just cannot be bothered to keep on putting in sudo apt this, sudo apt that. So that's now been saved away. Brilliant. Go back up to full screen. Go back into here. And we'll G update. Up D. Up G. There we go. Did it upgrade. Don't know how much room I've got on this. Oh, and it comes with Google Chrome as well. Nothing wrong with Google Chrome, as we all now, well, can't get away from Google, can you? They rule the world on the internet. They really do. Multi-billion-pound company. Selling everyone as a product number. For advertisements and stuff. Now, I would like to do this terminal, and that is get rid of this scroll bar. I suppose I could do that while it's in updating. Get rid of that. Don't want that. Colors I want to do next as well. G color, yeah, we'll get that in. Unless I've already got it. No, I haven't. Comes with GIMP, I think, out of the bag. GIMP's quite a heavy program, actually, believe it or not. Can we have this as an underline and have you flashing? Linux-Lite terminal isn't displayed. Appearance is fine. Apart from this, I don't know if I've got. Yeah, I must have my Monaco. Yeah, I have as well. Makes it a little bit bigger, doesn't it? It's taking a while to install. Yeah, we're going up to the 515.0-70.77 now. Opacity background. Just use that. Colors, which I'll get to in a minute. While this is installing, let me bring on over G color after this is installed, but I'll bring it over anyway. I do like my G color. Now I've got a more up-to-date. I've got an up-to-date version of it. Let's go into here. And we were already in there. Let's go in here then. Down the bottom. G color. There we are. Just go back to VirtualBox a minute. Should be here somewhere. Is my file? Yep. I can come off of that now. Don't know why that's there. It's obviously in there anyway. G color. There we are. We'll just drag that one over to there. Excellent. Go back up full screen. Oh, we're nearly there now. I'm only going to change it. I quite like this power line. I quite like it. Power line script they've got in on there. The background color. Yeah, I can now install G color. I don't know if was this working on here or not. Wrong password, my boy. Wrong password, because I had to. It wouldn't accept my password because I'm in a different. An older version is okay. Install package. Yeah, it seems to be all right now. Weird. This is actually Debian's version, which is newer. Yeah. Weird, isn't it? Oh, that'd be deleted now. While I'm in here, right, G color, let's get that up on color picker. There we go. Pin there. Because it picks colors out, you see. So I want that for the background. Three eight. Really? Are you sure about that? It's 38383838. Are you sure? What's that one? 2F. Yeah, that's the one. Let's have that one instead. Copy that. We'll customize. We'll go like that. Select. There you go. That's better. For this color, what I usually have is it's like a grey. That might be too dark, so I customize it. Bring it down to a nice blue. We muck around with the greys around here to about there. Oh, it's still too dark, isn't it? We'll go again then. Back to a blue. Try that. That's better. Brightened up a little bit. Appearance, usually I don't have that top bar on there. I don't mind about new windows because I never do use any other window. Everything else seems to be okay. What I do want to know is what the code is for that. So let's just pick that there colour out. Oh, hang on. Or you could even go as far as going in here and putting that colour in here again, and just click select. That was for white, wasn't it? Why didn't that change then on there? Maybe it's that blue, light cyan. I think that was one of these that they're using. I am actually colour blind, but I've got a feeling it's this one that they're using. So I've always to put that in there. No, maybe not. Maybe that one then. No. Ooh, I don't know. These greens can definitely be changed. I hate green. Wonder how you would alter the colour of that. That must be in the code, mustn't it? In the bash RC, I guess. That's all right. No problem. I don't mind that. I do like that power line though. Must admit, I have got a script somewhere, a power line script. Yeah, so much better. Now, what was it I was going to install? I've done updates. I may have to reboot to get the update implemented. So let's just reboot a minute. If I do that. Oh dear. Taking a while. Oh yeah, I got rid of their circle. That circle thing. Doing my head in. Doing my bonce in. And of course they use... That's what I was going to do as well. Was... Let's go to Synaptic. They call it something different on here. Install, add, remove software. I was going to... wrong password. See, I can't... I can't remember the name of it now. It's XFCE4. There's a language one plugin. And I can't remember the name of it, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's inside here. Panel, add new profiles. Keyboard layouts. Is it that? Yeah, look, it's in bloody thing. Look, it's in USA. Why is it in USA? Keyboard settings. Behavior, layout, US, add. Oh, oh no, don't worry about that. English UK, please. Okay. Remove that US one and have that. I don't know why it put me to American. I really don't. Unless I was so tired. Oh, I should be able to change my. You know, it's not even on here, is it? What am I doing? Okay. Don't think it's on here. Get. Gnome. Gnome-System-Tools. I think it says that it's already installed. But can I find it? For the love of me, I can't. This is the newest version. Yeah, okay. So can I now, because my keyboard has now been changed, I've got to try and find that then. Okay, let's do it in here then. I don't know what they've called it. I can't find it in the menu. What's it called then? Users and group. Flipping hell's sake. Where have they put it then? It's in settings. Oh, light user manager. Right, okay. Ah, right. Change password. I bet you I won't be able to do it. And I'll have to reinstall it all over again. I want to change my password. Enter new password. Well, shouldn't I have the old one in there first? Please enter the administrator password. Will that do it? Let's see, shall we? Let's just log out a minute. Yeah, we're in. Ooh. Ooh. Yay! Why didn't that work a few weeks ago then? Right, I should be able to remove that now. The settings will... Yes, I do. You should be alright now. I hope. Now my keyboard's been laid on out. I should be able to lock screen and it say English UK. There we go. And when I do that, yay. Thank the Lord Harry for that. And when I go in as root, yeah. There we go then. There we are then. That's how you do that. Ah, thank God for that. Right, well, there you go, everybody. I don't know what else to show you, really, but there. I will be making a cubic one of Linux-Lite. I'll give that a go on real hardware as well as VirtualBox. I'll make it in VirtualBox and then put it into make it into an ISO, then try it out in VirtualBox and try it out on real hardware like I did with Linux Mint. But it won't be a great big series like these videos have been. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I know we've been on here for quite a while now. I hope it hasn't been too boring for you. I know I'm not a very good speaker. I'm not a very good talker. I'm better at writing than what I am actually talking. But hey-ho. Finally, well, I'm going to stay on Linux Mint for the time being, especially that ISO that I made. Everything working tickety-boo out of the box, out of the bag. It's got a few gripes when you first install it, but so has Linux Mint anyway. The XFCE version. Maybe I took too much stuff off, but hey-ho. It's working. And I will be staying on it now. I won't be installing anything else. Thank you very much for watching. That is it from me. Bye for now.